Good afternoon, friends. Your host Amit Singh Atwal, live from Bahra University Mohali campus. Today we are at Chapter 2, Season 3, and today we are discussing with employability skills with Mr. Lavanam, AMBALLA Senior Manager, Wipro Limited. This is a very interesting topic, and the entire session will be more interactive. I welcome Mr. Lavanam. Hello, sir.
Hello, Amit.
So just going forward, I just want to share your profile with the students and my colleagues. Lavanam is working with Wipro Limited, currently handling fresher hiring for the Pan India. He has spent interesting 15 years in the recruitment and building the sustainable hiring solution and compliance processes. He has graduated from Andhra University, completed his post-graduation in personal management from Osmania University. He submitted his thesis on enhancing and sustainable employability skills using the competence mapping as a part of his PhD with Trichy. And traveling and photography are his hobbies. Hello, Lavanam, sir.
Yes, Amit, thank you.
It's our pleasure you are here with us today, sir. And before moving forward, I will just share a few things about employability skill that was shared by AICT. The AICT has given an official statement last year that the AICT made it official last week that it will not approve any engineering colleges in undergraduate, diploma, postgraduate levels for next 2 years. Only 14 lakhs undergraduate courses, about 13 lakh students enrolled in 1920. An employability survey last year revealed that 40% of graduate to internship of any kind of awareness and 36% take up as a project work. This explains why only 40% engineers are found employable. Now, Lavanam sir, you just tell me and given light on employability skill against this stats.
Of course, it's been the topic for so many years that, even from NASSCOM, 5 years back, they have, announced that not more than 17% of the students that are graduating are employable. Okay, so that actually led to a great concern across the industry nowadays. The NASSCOM and the government and AICT and universities are working towards how do we improve these employability skills among the students with right frameworks. We are seeing a lot of effort being put in to create the real environment where candidates comes with that application-based knowledge. So in the session, we will definitely talk about it, but definitely it's very important that every student that has to come with develop, the employability skills with practical-based learning process.
Okay. Sir, you have a very huge experience in hiring, 15 years, and I know you from a long time. So my first question and a foremost question is, which IT skills are essential for the students, especially freshers?
Yeah, so prior to this question, prior to I answer this question, I also wanted to talk about the employability skills. So employability skills varies from primarily from one domain to another domain, but there are certain attributes that students must have, or anybody. Employability skills means to be eligible to grab the opportunity at that point of time, but most of the time we perceive that getting a job is just an employability. So but in this dynamic situation, dynamic condition where technology is disrupting and situations are changing, industry domains are changing. So staying relevant is one of the key element throughout the career. So that means sustainably being employable also a new thing that we need to be aware. So if you look at traditionally the communication skills and teamwork, problem solving, and self motivation, and they should have technology awareness. These kind of skills are traditionally looked at, so 5 6 years back. But in the recent times, companies that are looking at graduates, they don't want to train people. When they come to the organization, they're expecting people to be trained even before they join the organization. So what it means that there's one key element that is occupied a primary space in the employability skills, that is self-learning ability. Self-learning ability is very important along with communication skills. Communication skills always stops in terms of the list, and communication and the confidence level and the ability to speak with confidence. And along with that, flair for computing, flair for technology. And if somebody is getting into IT, definitely they need to know coding part of their academic DNA, and they must know. Along with that, irrespective of any domain, the technology is there in every domain. Made banking, made telecom, made manufacturing, made biotechnology, any kind of a domain. The technology is very important, that students must understand the technology to get an edge towards being employable. And most importantly, application knowledge is very important. So recently that we see that a lot of people know a lot of things, but when it comes to real application knowledge, okay, so implementation knowledge, that always lacks. So that is very important, that people must inculcate in order to be employable, okay. And finally, the solutioning. And solutioning is also, they need to find opportunity to give solutions, right? So that's what, especially when it comes to engineers, that is very important. So yeah, so coming to your next question,
Yes,
which
sir.
are the IT skills that are essential for the students? Prior to that, I don't want to talk much about whether they need to learn Java, JDE, C++, Python. So I would definitely look at, so these are like sand, bricks, and cement. Okay, so these are, but unless you don't have a right structure in your mind, so unless you don't have a blueprint in your mind, unless you don't understand the problem, you can't come with a nice structure, a nice construction. Okay, so you can use any kind of a programming languages these days. In fact, there are readily available frameworks are there. You really don't need to learn these technologies if you really have a insight about your problem. And so you should know the problem, the integrations of these frameworks better. So also, if you look at the basic technologies, while students touch upon C, C++, Python, PHP, Java, so these are the digital technologies which are helpful for them to learn even further, like machine learning and artificial intelligence and data analytics, so on. But logic building is very important, Amit. So they must focus on the logic building, and they must know the real coding and writing good algorithms. So that's very important. Along with that, they also need to touch upon, most importantly, the core subjects, which are like mathematics also. It is like very important. Somebody wants to get into data analytics. Mathematics is very important. If you don't have a right foundation in mathematics, how would you, come with a nice, data analysis? So that is very important. Even for machine learning, now the industry is asking for good foundation on mathematics. So these are the essential skills that people need to really brush up.
Okay. Sir, from the, till the, this time conversation, Two things come up from your side. First thing is self-learning skill. I think in this COVID time, this is very important self-learning skills. This is very important thing, students. You have to follow this and you have to practice also. And second thing, sir, Lavanam sir, you just shared that Java and Python are the brick and cement of a wall. And
So
third
I
is
tried saying coding skills are the languages what you are talking
okay.
about. Languages can be any kind of a programming language. They are like sand, cement, and bricks. But I was emphasizing more on the construct. You should have the foundation, a blueprint, and ability to understand the solution, problem, and then you can use any kind of a language and you can give a solution to it. But you need to know the logic more important. If you are strong in logic and you can use any kind of a skill, so understanding the logic and improving the logical ability is more important than learning Java, J2E, C++, any other language. Of course, if they are very important. Prior to that, I want students, I'm suggesting that they need to have a foundation strong, like mathematics and physics and other subjects. Along with that, so these coding skills are essential. Yeah.
So my next question is, what should student do to improve their career prospects?
See, so Amit, if you look at the challenge that most of the companies are seeing while they are searching for the right fit for their company, for their organization, they look at candidates predominantly on three C's. Okay, what is the first C? Is the communication skill. Second, the second C is the confidence level, and third C is the content. So all these three C's are interlinked. So if somebody knows the fundamentals, somebody knows the basics, will be able to show that confidence. And somebody who has a confidence, they will be able to explain things and they can speak well. And also, they are aware of a lot of things, but when you ask them some questions in depth, they lack that particular insights in depth, so that they do not go deep. So it's very important for them to be a master in at least one or two skills. Okay, so while you learn a lot of things, at least two essential skills. And when I'm talking about IT, definitely they need to know at least two programming languages in depth, and including the application, including understanding the process, including writing the processes, including application and implementation. So kind of things are very important. So that is very important, that when somebody wants to make a career, these are the traits and attributes they have to build before they go for a job.
These three C's are very important in the life of a student. First is communication, second is confidence, and third is content. And you students, you should be essential with the two skill sets and two programming language you should know. Then only you are fit and ready for the industry. Sir, one thing is very, again, one point used to come, the role of writing and spoken English in employability skills.
So the role of written and spoken English is important at every levels of career progress, including me, you, and even at a very high level. In fact, CEOs are having coaches, because at their level, even they have to be proficient in the subject and expressing their views in a very structured way. So communication is very important, that each and every individual must practice and improvise on daily basis. When you look at written communication, takes longer time than speaking skills. So when you look at developing these skills, so nowadays we see that a lot of people prepare for employability trainings, and before the job, just before 3 months, they all attend the classes, and they try to attend the corporate readiness program. So this is like a coding that is being, a coating that is being given to them. So that's what I see. So why not right from the beginning? You have 4 years of time. Even though you're not having good communication skills, when you join the college, why don't you start mapping? These are the important things that I can nurture. Because institutions, universities like yours, are not is just a skill factories. You are not just a what do you call finishing schools. The 4 years is much more than that. So they have a great opportunity to learn different things. The confidence that cannot be built in 3 months of CRT training. The content they cannot develop, and application knowledge they cannot get within 3 months of training. And even communication skills cannot be trained within 3 months of time. So that's what I'm saying. So these attributes need to be nurtured right from the beginning when they join the school, join the college. So they are very, very important. And the communication is not just speaking English and putting across your thoughts constructively and confidently in a very structured manner. And also, having an awareness on the social issues so that you can add a lot of valuable views. Okay, that is also important, that it's not about just learning how to articulate your sentence correctly. That's not the thing. Tomorrow that companies may change their traditional way of evaluating people's communication ability. So you are only learning, and people are learning just how to answer the 20-30 questions in verbal and how to write a passage. So that is not the real need right now. It is much more than what companies are going to ask. So it's very important that people should practice how to articulate, and also adding a lot of reading a lot of things, and also having a awareness on social incidents, that is the things that are happening around, and also having a deep knowledge about their subject, and practicing on daily basis will definitely add extra edge to their communication skills. Practicing that is very important.
They have to utilize, student, you have to utilize entire 4 years or 3 years of studies during the universities. You have. Sir, just I want to take one question from my viewer, Mr. Jasveer Singh. Jasveer is asking the role of soft skills in a life of a student.
So if you look at, it's very important, role of soft skills. If you talk about soft skills, means communication is one of such, soft skill, and confidence is one of the soft skill. And if you look at, so that's where by this time we all understood that how this particular communication skill is very important during the COVID situation. We are not meeting the individuals in person so that we can explain, again and again. But that is a great example. And also in this agile kind of a model where we, as soon the candidate joins the organization, they expect to interact with the business and multiple people. So earlier days, then the new employee used to shadow. Okay, so will be under a senior employee, and in this kind of an agile model, so you get exposed to all kind of people and different kind of geographies. So that's where soft skills are very important. So and the ability to even listening is very important. Listening skills are very, very important. Then and putting your thoughts in a very constructive manner is very important. So this, along with the speaking, so listening is one of the most important thing.
So one more question from my student Ankush. Ankush is asking, sir, we used to get hear one word, new age skills.
Yeah.
And what is defined? What is new age skills?
See, the new age skills, if you look at, that all of you know that machine learning and artificial intelligence and data analytics, big data and blockchain, so cyber security, and so these are all the new age skills that were going to going to be part of every domain. It's not just part of IT. So IT is a larger domain that gives the solutions to the different segments, and that is definitely essential in every domain. So they need to adopt, and the world is moving towards more automation, more simplification of process, more ease in business, and saving time, cost, and efforts. For that, IT only can give you a solution, and also artificial intelligence and machine learning are the driving forces.
Okay. So one more question from my student, Asmia. She's asking, she's an MBA student. She need a guidance. What kind of industrial training is important for MBA IT students?
Okay. So good question. So industrial training. So I've been interacting with MBA, students. The first thing is how different you are from an MBA with a BE BTech student, right? So what is the traditional thing that you will bring in apart from a BE BTech student who are coming from IT or computer science? When you're doing MBA IT, definitely you need to know the management part of it, project management part of it, and the new project integrations are important. Project management, you must learn that what is the Scrum model, how to implement Agile model. Okay, so these are all things are very important that an MBA graduate can bring in additional, value addition to their course, right? So along with IT, they need to have, I'm sure that they will not be sitting and doing a coding kind of a job. They will be handling people that are working with these technologies. They may be interacting with the clients, and understanding the needs properly, and then should be able to exactly explain the customer need is an art. Okay, so that's where the most of the errors will happen in a agile kind of a situation, or where you don't interact people directly. So somebody gives you a requirement. When you fail to understand the requirement in depth, and fail to write the process correctly, and fail to explain the same project to the next development team, then that's going to impact the entire cycle. So it's very important that you need to, it's not just being an MBA, you don't need to learn the technology. You can definitely learn Python. You can definitely, so may not be in depth as IT or the programmer need to know, but it's good to have the, eyes and ears open towards the technology and the new developments that are happening.
Thanks, sir. I think ma'am has got the answer. So one interesting question from Prashant Sharma. He's asking whether I should go for data science with 4-year program, or should I do a short-term certification course in data science?
Okay, so nowadays, if you look at AICT has introduced a lot of specializations. Okay, so that's where I'm saying that data science, if you want to know only a little bit about it, it is good to go with a course. But if you want to, data science going to be the domain going to be there forever. Forever means at least for next 10 years, there is a good scope for it. And not only 10 years, anything that we do, the decisions are made based on the data. So that is going to be there forever. So if you really wanted to become a specialist in data sciences, it is good to join the course with data science as a specialization. It's very important. So only for the course, that is to get awareness, adding that flavor, and as an additional knowledge, it's okay. But if you really want to build your career, in data sciences, it's worth going with 4 years, so that it's not just you will learn some insights, but you will be doing a lot of projects. At least 2 to 3 projects. When you do, you will become expert in that, so that the acceptance from the industry will be more than just attending some 3 months of course.
Sir, Lavan sir, after this question only what the Prashant has asked, one thing in my mind, and in this program, internship session, some students who are aspiring to join BTech. Can you guide them ki which all courses they have to move forward in irrespective of seeing their future and the industry? What you suggest to join them?
See, so genuinely, I want to suggest them. I just don't say. Of course, computer science and IT has a great scope when it comes to getting employment opportunities. But engineering as a subject, very interesting, and these people, should think that they are going to innovate. They are going to bring in a lot of new solutions. Okay, so engineers are looked at that aspect, that they can do a lot of magic with all their learnings, right? So those who are passionate for doing things differently, and so first of all, I would definitely, while I say that there are enough opportunities who study CS, IT, and circuital streams, but definitely they need to ask themselves what is that domain that of their interest. Okay, if somebody is very good at, they really wanted to know about machines, they should go with mechanics, right? And don't worry about the career that, I want to become a, if you want to become a software engineer, yes, you have to go with computer science and IT, but you definitely need to ask yourself where your interest lies. Okay, based on your interest, you definitely need to choose your subject. And after that, opportunities will come in your way. If you are able to excel in your learning, you will definitely will be able to grab enough opportunities wherever they are. But don't just go with where the world is moving, but definitely you need to ask yourself, what is your area of interest? While I say that computer science and IT student may have, because that is a large recruitment happens in right now here, but it doesn't mean that other segments are not having opportunities at all. As long as you excel in your own stream, you will be able to grab enough opportunities.
Okay. So after this pandemic, how you see the future of this industry right now? Because after this pandemic, many things has changed. Off campuses, then to online campus hiring started. And how you see the future of the industry?
So if you're asking about future of industry, you see that today, during the pandemic, so we are all going through unprecedented situations and a lot of uncertain situations. Especially academia is going through a tough time, and students are going through a tough time because of we were not prepared to this kind of situation. Even it's been more than a year, we are all struggling right now on a lot of basic things, aligning ourselves as per according to the change that is expected. So that is something which is unfortunate thing. But if you look at where this IT, this industry is moving, you look at automation, and AI and ML are definitely helping, providing solutions to a lot of difficult problems and a lot of large problems that we are able to give solutions to that. So IT is definitely helping, the industry drive through this kind of difficult situations. So definitely there is a great scope for AI, ML, and data analytics and decision making with right data, and also in telecom and health related segments definitely will have a great scope. So they're moving ahead. With regards to recruitment, yes, it is we are not liking so much that we're not visiting the campuses. Amit, we spoke last time, and whenever we connect, we are the people who always move one campus to another campus. We see people, but we are aligning our strategies, our recruitment processes according to the situation, and aligning ourselves to the virtual environment.
It's a long time. I think we have not met because due to this pandemic condition. Sir, last question from my side. If you can just conclude entire session from your way and suggesting the students what to do and what not to do in few words.
So definitely what not to do, a lot of things, but what to do, that is a better thing to discuss, because with my little experience, whatever I have and interactions with the different stakeholders and our colleagues, my suggestion to all the students, one, those who are graduating in 2022, so they're all now preparing for for the hiring cycle. So I'm a recruiter, definitely I should talk about this. So when you're preparing for hiring, definitely you need to have a right story for yourself. Okay, how will you have a right story, and what is that story going to be? That you have to decide. A story that is very impressive, which gives you a lot of confidence, and so that you can definitely go and impress the technical panels, and you can go and clear the selection process, and you're confident of building your career in any segment. So that's what I'm talking about, the story. So the story which you write for yourself, that is in another 3 months down the line, 4 months down the line, I'm sure you have done a lot of projects, and and I want all of you to work on some of the live projects in your area of interest, and try to attempt to give solutions to the current issues, and may it your college related, your department related, your course related, maybe your family or a community, or the society, and the things that are around you. You can't do so much of movement right now, but you can become a group and leverage technology. So, and if you collectively do some projects for yourself, next 3 months, 3 months, 4 months down the line, by the time the industry knocks your door, you should be able to have that confidence and a right story for yourself. That is one thing that I would like to suggest. And the people who are going to be, who are in 2023, so don't just look at, next, once I become finally a student, then only I will start working on, employability skills. That's what I'm saying. You definitely need to ask yourself that why you joined that course, what is that you want to become, how you are adding value to yourself and the society, and what are the problems that you can pick. So from the early moment, okay, that you become a graduate engineer, if you start thinking and work along with your team members, means your fellow colleagues and your faculty members, push them hard, ask your faculties enough questions that I need this. Questions means not in terms of intent of questioning them, in terms of asking them, taking guidance and mentorship, so that you can make, your entire, the time that you're spending can become successful. So don't just wait for the last year, then only I will start running for CRT kind of a thing. So from the second year, first year, you should align yourself that what you want to become, and leverage every enablement that you get from the institution is very important. It's not only the institution's responsibility to teach you. You can also extract from the college that all the instruments that are there in the labs and center of excellence and a lot of things. I heard about this institution that they have some interesting COEs, and they have some industry collaborations, and like Infield and other Bosch and other stuff. So I think you should definitely go and see that what are the things that you can actually leverage in order to become a better individual, a better engineer. Then you can think about a company, which company, which segment, but you are joined as an engineer. You need to ask yourself, are you becoming a good engineer? And what is that you can actually create? What is that you can give back? What is that you can actually gain? So these are very important things that you need to ask yourself.
Thanks, Lavanam sir, for enlightening our students and the viewers what is the need for the student passing for 2022 and what is the requirement and what to start for student passing out in 2023. Lavanam sir, on behalf of Rayat Bahra family, I thank you, and we are very enlightened and we feel proud you are with us for last 40 minutes and guided our students, sir. Thanks, Lavanam sir, for joining us.
Thanks, Amit, and thanks for the opportunity to interact with all the students and other faculty members. And wishing you all good luck and stay safe. And, have a nice year ahead.
Thank you, sir. Before closing this webinar, I will just conclude what I discussed during this meeting and the interaction. First thing, Mr. Lavanam sir has clearly mentioned the self-learning skills. This is very important thing. Second, he mentioned you have to learn minimum 2 programming languages, including the writing, how to write the process. Third thing, listening skills should be very good. You have to do what you are interested, means the language, what you are interested, you should go ahead with them. Thanks viewers for watching this webinar. We are closing chapter 2 and we are coming up with chapters season 3 on 1st June 2021 at 2 p.m. This time we are in interaction with young entrepreneur Nikhil Dwivedi. Stay tuned, stay safe, and join on 1st June 2021. Thanks for watching. Thanks.